Hello everyone and welcome to another edition of Incoming here on YouTube, on the Psychosin project on YouTube I should say. As always, this is reviews of upcoming albums that you should be interested in and basically let you know whether you should be buying them or not. Today I've got a band called Motor Sister and their upcoming album Ride. Now, you may be wondering who the hell are Motor Sister? Well, Motor Sister used to be called Mother Superior. The reason they're now called Motor Sister is because basically they came back into action after Scott Ian of Anthrax said his one wish for his birthday would be for one of his favourite bands from the 70s, which was Mother Superior, to reform, but with him as part of the lineup. This was all sorted, they got reformed, Scott Ian now became part of the lineup, and they are now called Motor Sister, releasing their first album under this name called Ride on the 10th of March. But is it any good? Well, as always, here's my track by track breakdown for you and a conclusion as to whether or not to buy it. So, let's delve into it. So the opening track on the album is called A Hole. Now this one starts with a pounding drum beat before a sleazy style rock riff kicks in and the vocalist comes in, bringing it to mind 70s style rock. I have to say the chorus on this is pretty damn catchy. Again, the whole song bringing to mind that whole sleazy 70s rock vibe, kind of doing what Velvet Revolver did when they first come out, making sort of rock and roll back up to date and contemporary. There's a great solo for the middle eight, which I'm guessing is by the one and only Scott Ian of Anthrax. This has a really great groove to this song that keeps it moving along at a nice pace. When it gets to the song ending, it sort of builds up, and then it literally just sort of ends all of a sudden. All in all, fantastic start to the album. The second song is This Song Reminds Me of You. This one again starts with another great guitar riff that kicks the song off, and then the whole band kicks in and it all stops just for the singer to start making his entrance. Again, it's another 70s, 80s sort of straight ahead rock number. The song, as the sort of classic lyrical style of those songs, a relationship gone wrong and how the vocalist shouldn't go back to this person but keeps doing it. At the middle eight includes another great solo from the one and only Scott Ian, of course. There's a slight similarity to Anthrax I found on this song back when Aerosmith were a band worth listening to and not just pumping out clear sort of chart bait ballad after ballad and boring the crap out of everyone. The band again comes up with a fantastic groove on this song to make it really move along, and it is really easy to listen to. I have a feeling this might end up being the first single, I'm not 100% sure. This song again ends in an extended guitar solo while the band plays that fantastic groovy riff from earlier. All in all, fantastic song. Third song is Beg, Borrow, Steal. Now this one starts with a nice Anthrax style stomp, had to happen eventually on this album, before the vocalist joins in with his fantastic voice. This band proving again it has a real knack for like the perfect places for chorus placement, yeah that makes sense, and memorable riffs. And the chorus itself again being very catchy, something that gets stuck in your head for ages with a great vocal melody. During the middle eight it breaks down to just the drums and the guitar, and then the chorus kicks back in, which takes us to the end of the song. Not really a lot to say on this song, apart from it's another fantastic song, and something that I have a feeling is going to be prevalent throughout the album, hopefully. Up next is Fall Around. Now this starts with a counting and the whole band create a nice rock driven groove before breaking down to a slow melody style song. The vocalist then starts singing in an almost bluesy style, there is an almost bluesy style in the way that the guitar sounds. Now there's a nice mix of sort of blues style vocals and lyrics and 80s style rock riffs to this song. Kind of like, I suppose, in a way, early Black Sabbath, what they were doing, but not quite as doom or heavy sort of sounding to the riffs here. And there's a nice use of duet style vocals for the chorus halfway through the song. At the 3-minute mark we have a great slow blues style solo from the guitar, helping to accentuate the entire feel of this song again, proving how versatile and underrated a guitarist Scott Ian actually is. Because let's face it, he may have been in Anthrax and Anthrax are celebrated, but you rarely hear that often that how good Scott Ian is as a guitarist. Bit of a shame, really. Anyway, we then return to that great chorus, which brings us to the end of the song. Up next is Get That Girl, which starts with pounding drums and cymbals, and then the rest of the band joins in, and we're back to the straightforward rock style that this band excel at. The vocalist sings in a very low sort of hushed tone, which is kind of compares quite nicely to the more higher style singing he's been doing for the rest of the album. And then we reach fantastic chorus where he kicks into high gear and goes back to that high style vocal with superb backing vocals. And there's another solo expertly used to break up the song in the middle of the track, and it takes us back to that verse riff. And then the vocalist is back to the low hush tones until we reach the chorus again, which brings us to the end of a feedbacking guitar fade in. All in all, another fantastic song, which I don't seem to be saying for every song, but it's true. Honestly, I think this might end up being one of the best releases for the beginning of 2015. Now, this is Head Hanging Low, and this starts with solitary guitar. Then there's a drum roll and the whole band joins back in. I have no idea why to do that then. Anyway, the song instantly has a slightly sort of country bluesy feel to it. The vocalist duetting with the backing vocalist again. Two superb effects on this song. The song gets propelled along by a great simple riff being used to maximum effect. At middle eight, showing the vocalist's great versatility in voice, and then the song ends with pounding drums. Not a lot to say for this song other than another fantastically written, straight ahead rock song. Fork in the Road starts with a drum roll which takes us into an almost punky style riff. Then we're into a stop and start riff while the vocalist sings over the top, and the drums help propel the song forward. And there's a short but great chorus which is brought in with the lead and backing vocalist duetting again. Two superb effects, something that this band seem to excel at. Again, once we reach the middle of the song completely changes and we slow right down to an almost reggae style speed, which leads into another fantastic guitar solo from the one and only Anthrax guitarist Scott Ian. I think it is anyway. Not 100% sure it's him doing the guitar solos on every song, but it would make sense. Anyway, we then speed right back up to that driving rock sort of punky stop-start riff from earlier, which leads us into the end of the song. Again, another fantastic song. This whole album's been fantastic so far. Hopefully, that's how it's going to continue. We shall see. Little Motor Sister is the next song on the album. Now this starts with slow building drums, bringing to mind the song My Hero by Foo Fighters. If anyone else remembers that song. Anyway, then the guitars come in, again playing a 70s style sleazy rock riff. Vocalist comes in with his low hush tone to his voice again to help propel the song forward. The song reminds me a little bit of Prime Queen of Stone Age around the time of Rated R and Songs for the Deaf album, you know. And I know they did a song called Little Sister. That's not the reason that it reminds me. It's literally the sound of this song. Anyway, once we reach the chorus, the singer really lifts the song into the stratosphere with his vocals really bringing the song to life. And we go back to the driving riff from the beginning of the song, but with an added guitar solo. Then, while the whole band's playing, the drummer starts doing almost tribalistic, kind of Killing Joke, I suppose you could call it, style drumming, which brings us to the end of this song. Pretty in the Morning starts with a solo guitar note ringing out. Then this kicks into an awesome rock riff. The whole band joins in along with that superb rock riff, all playing it together before the vocals kick in and bring the whole song to electrifying life. The band conjuring again another fantastic groove to the song, reminiscent of something like what Led Zeppelin were doing. It soon reminded me a little bit of Peter Gabriel. I'm not entirely sure why, but don't know, it's just one or two times on this song, and throughout the other songs as well, his voice just reminds me a little bit of Peter Gabriel. Not in a bad way, obviously that's a compliment. Hopefully, if he ever sees this, he'll believe that as well. Anyway, the song builds up and up to the end, and then it fades out, bringing an end to another fantastic highlight on this album. In fact, so far I've not heard one Duff song. Let's see if that continues. Horse starts with the whole band riffing out and going into a straight ahead rock groove. The vocalist duetting with the backing vocalist again on this song, giving a nice contrast of vocal styles to it. And the song sounds a bit like Buckcherry at their best, you know, like lit up, etc. Not exactly like lit up, obviously, but you know, that kind of style. And there's a mid-paced guitar solo halfway through, which helps add to the driving rock feel of the entire song. Now, the song ends with the repeated refrain of "Fooled by a Whore." Fooled by a whore. Jesus Christ, can't remember how to speak. And then it's a very sudden end to this fantastic song. Doghouse is the penultimate song on the album. Now, this has a slow build-up at the beginning into a definite 70s style blues rock riff. The song takes us back into the blues rock stylings of earlier songs from earlier on the album, and then the song slows right down to an almost Alice in Chains tempo and feel, which suits the emotion of the lyrics of the song. Couldn't quite remember what I was saying then. The drums then bring us back to that driving 70s style riff and the guitar solo again. There's another recital of the chorus which brings us racing to the end of the song. Another fantastic song. I love the way it starts in a sort of straight ahead rock riff and it literally does slow really down to almost grungy kind of tempo. All in all, fantastic song. One of the highlights of the album, I'd say. Devil Wind is the last song on the album, and being the last song, they go for a bit more of an epic feel. This starts with just acoustic guitar and vocals, and then the drums join in along with the rest of the band. And there's a nice use of occasional electric guitar stings, along with the riff being played by the acoustic guitar and the vocal melody by obviously the lead singer. And we then kick into a nice, huge sounding guitar riff and stomp from the band until we go back to the acoustic guitar. This happens a few times throughout the song. The song itself has a slow build-up of a guitar solo, which comes in for the middle 8 of the song, helping give this a kind of Western film style atmosphere. In a way, the best way I can describe it is the same kind of feeling you get listening to Knights of Sidonia by the one and only Muse, but not obviously that straight ahead rock. This is more of an acoustic number than anything else. The vocalist really showcases his amazing voice on this song. For the end of the song, we're back to just the acoustic guitar and the vocals, and then it just fades out. All in all, a fantastic end to the album. So, the main question is this an album you should be checking out? It's obviously something different. Not sure how many people are more into their straightforward thrash, because obviously it has Scott Ian from Anthrax in it, will really like this. But honestly, I really enjoyed this album. I am an Anthrax fan, but if this isn't thrash metal, not at all. This is old school style, straightforward rock, and it's done fantastically well. Every band member is a superb asset to the band. Everyone plays their hearts out on this. The vocalist, fantastic as well, and Scott Ian is a great addition to the sound. All in all, I'd say, yeah, when it comes out on March the 10th, go check it out. Give it a listen for yourself. And once the first single comes out, give that a listen first to see what you think of it, because it's probably got to be indicative of the whole album. As I said, there wasn't really one single duff or dodgy song on the album. All of them were really, really good. And as I said, I really think this is one of the best releases at the beginning of 2015. This, along with Marilyn Manson's Power Emperor album. If the rest of the year continues being this strong, then we're in for a fantastic year. Anyway, I've been Psychosin. This has been Incoming. You've been watching the Psychosin Project here on YouTube. Thank you very much for watching. Please feel free to subscribe, watch the other videos as well, and thank you for watching. I will see you next time.